This is my Onewheel XR, and as of today, it has just passed 11,000 miles. Not kilometers, miles. I've owned this board for years, and this isn't a first impressions review or a spec sheet breakdown. This is what happens when you actually live with one of these things. Over that time, I've tried to treat the board with a bit of respect. I'm not dropping off curbs, I'm not launching it downstairs, and I'm not riding it like it's disposable. I've also made a point of avoiding water. No riding in the rain on purpose, no puddles, no creek crossings. If it gets wet by accident, it gets dried properly. Simple as that. It's been used a lot, but it hasn't been abused. As for wear items, honestly, I've lost count. I couldn't tell you exactly how many tires I've gone through at this point. Several, at least. Tires, bumpers, foot pads, those are consumables. If you ride a lot, you replace parts. That's normal. What matters more is what's still original. Which brings us to the battery. When the XR was new, it shipped with a 324 watt hour battery. After 11,000 miles, it's sitting at roughly 285 watt hours. That's a loss of about 39 watt hours, or roughly 12%. In other words, this battery still has around 88% of its original capacity. For this kind of mileage, that's genuinely impressive. That doesn't happen by accident. I've always been intentional with how I charge it. Most rides end around 20%, then it goes back up to 100. I try not to run it much lower unless something unusual happens. No constant deep discharges. No leaving it dead. No leaving it fully charged for months at a time. On my most recent ride, though, I did something different. I ran it all the way down to 1%. I did that deliberately because after 11,000 miles, it felt like the right moment to see what the battery actually had left. And honestly, it held up better than I expected. The board still feels like an XR should. Pushback is predictable. Power delivery is familiar. There's more voltage sag than when it was new, but nothing sudden, nothing alarming. It doesn't feel worn out. It feels experienced. So if you're wondering whether an XR can go the distance, this one answers that question pretty clearly. 11,000 miles. Original battery. Still riding. If you take care of these boards, they tend to return the favor.